Well, I did survive to the next break, which I was a big underdog to do it. On the last report after the first break, I used the word bleak, and then it reminded me last night I played 1 cent, 2 cent lines with a guy online. His name was something like Hold No Better or Help No Better. I was playing with him on Poker Stars. He asked me to play with him. And things were definitely bleak for him. He said he's 31 years old, cancerous tumors have infiltrated his body, and he's going to die in a few months. And I told him to tough it out and, just ride it out the best he could, get whatever enjoyment he could. And he said it was fun at least playing poker with me. And as I was sitting there with my 5,000 chips, I realized, bleak shouldn't be the word I should be using for a poker tournament. I've got it pretty good. And I decided, well, I'll try to enjoy it and ride it out just like I advised him. And I moved in several different times, never got called. I actually doubled up with ace-7 against king-jack of diamonds. Got up over 12,000 at one point. Now I'm back down to 9,000. But I got some inspiration from my friend last night, and I'm going to make the best of it. So let's hope I can keep building up a little bit. Well, I survived another level, and we're at the dinner break. We're out here in the hall because Horolivus and Eric Seidel and Hoyt Corkins, John Hennigan are laying down on couches, and we turned the lights down so we could get some rest. I got all the way down to 3,100. I got in with ace-jack of hearts 3 ways, and they ended up putting a king-queen-10 out there by the time it was over at the nuts. Got up over 10,000. Hung there for a while. As you know, or maybe you don't know, I've basically been between 5,000 and 8,000 the whole day, once I got short. And I picked up a couple little pots, raised in late position, and people called me twice, and I won with continuation bets. Outside of that ace-jack of hearts, I don't think I've shown a hand over the whole day, and somehow I'm up to 22,000, which is still pretty pathetic. But now it's 20 times the big blind. Everyone else at my table has over 100,000. Average is getting close to 80, so I still need to double up twice to get there. But when you get to 22,000 after being at 5 most of the day, it feels like you have some chips. But I'm still at the point where if someone opens, I'm probably either going to move in or fold. So I can't really play poker yet, but I guess it's good to be alive. Well, I'm out, and I'm not very happy about it, which isn't surprising. If I had gone out earlier, I probably wouldn't have been emotionally invested in it, but I struggled all day, played about 7 hours. When I came back from the dinner break, I didn't play a hand. I anteed down to about 14,000 from 22. We had a real active table, and I was hoping to pick something up. And then we had one guy who limped late, and the Irish player's name ended up being Donald Norton, made it 3,500 on the button, or either the button or one to the right of the button. And the limper was the guy who was right. And I thought he was just trying to, isolate the limper. And I looked down at my first decent hand of the last hour, ace-jack of spades, and I planned on moving in for my 14,000. And I probably should have readjusted because Donald hadn't, he seemed like a good player all day, but he hadn't been overly active. And I'd thrown similar hands away, but I went through with it anyway, moved in with my ace-jack of spades, and the first guy folded as expected, and Donald had ace-king, had me dominated. Ace came on the turn, but that obviously didn't do any good. So I'm a little disappointed because I had avoided any confrontations the whole day if I didn't need to, if I didn't need to be in one. And did an amazing job of surviving. So, I guess I got to play sometime, and I didn't get anything to play. But I don't know what I should have done. Ace-jack of spades I could have called, but I don't like calling over 20% of my chips there to see a flop. So. I guess I just had to fold, and I overvalued it because the action was late, and because I haven't seen anything anywhere as good as Ace Jack of Spades the entire hour. But it's no fun to get knocked out of the main event, and for me, that's probably about the only event that that bothers me each time I get knocked out. So I intentionally came back to the condo. I'm not going to go play side games tonight, and I won't be back at the Rio for another year. I'm not the type of person who goes back there and sweats and sees how people are doing. So I'll have no reason to go over there. So I guess overall, it was a pretty decent year at the World Series. Could have been better, and that's the way I always look at things. I'm never satisfied in my results unless I win everything. That's just, I guess that keeps me driving. So I guess until whenever, I will talk to you guys.